The Social Security Administration is making it easy to apply for disability benefits, which means that millions of people who were not previously eligible for disability benefits may now be eligible. So, I am going to walk you through this new memo or new announcement that the Social Security Administration just issued. It says Social Security makes it easier for people with severe disability to get help. So I'm going to walk you through what exactly they are changing to make it easy for people with certain conditions to get disability benefits much more quickly, what that means for you. And then I'm going to walk you through the 5 stages of how to apply for disability benefits so that you understand the process and are prepared when you are ready to turn in your application. My name is Kwame Kwade. I am a government benefits expert. I have been helping seniors get the retirement benefits they deserve over the last 15 years. I create content on Social Security, disability, Medicaid, Medicare, food stamps, and other personal finance issues that affect seniors. So if you are new to my channel today, welcome. I am really happy you're here. Do me a favor, go into the comments and let me know your city and your state. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, welcome back. I am really glad you're here. We have a lot to cover. So first, I'm going to go to this memo from the Social Security Administration, which talks about the changes they are making to make it easy for disability beneficiaries or applicants to, to apply for benefits. So I am going to read the memo to you, and then we're going to go from there. So it says that if you or someone you care about is living with serious medical condition, you understand how crucial it is to receive timely support. The Social Security Administration has recently added 13 new conditions to its compassionate allowance list, which will enable more people to access disability benefits more quickly. Now, you're probably thinking, what does this mean? Well, the Social Security Administration does run the disability program, and there are two different disability benefits programs. There is the SSDI, which is Social Security Disability Insurance. You have to have paid into the Social Security system or earned enough credit to be eligible for Social Security in order to get SSDI. So it means that you have worked for 10 years and gotten your 40 credits, and now you become disabled, and instead of waiting till age 62 to apply for your Social Security benefits, you are now eligible for disability benefits. Remember, it's called Social Security Disability Insurance. It is an insurance program to be there for people who, for some reason or at some point in their life, are not able to work any longer because of a disability, a health challenge. And so that is the first program. And then there's another program called SSI, Supplemental Security Income. The majority of people on SSI are people who have become disabled and cannot work, but have not earned enough income or enough credits in order to get SSDI. So the Social Security Supplemental Security Income Program is the fallback for low income people who need disability benefits but haven't worked and earned enough credits to get regular disability benefits. Now, there is a gap or difference in amount of money you get. SSDI pays more. The maximum SSI for 2025 is about $950. So there is a big difference there. While the maximum or the average SSDI is about $1,500. So there's a big gap there. So this memo is saying that they have added more to the compassionate allowance list, because the compassionate allowance list, it means that if you have any of the ailments that are on that list, you are much more guaranteed, or you have a better chance of getting approved for disability benefits, because those are surely, on a list where the Social Security considers that you are seriously disabled and you need the help. So the fact that they're adding more to this list means that more people now become eligible. So let's read some more. So it's saying that, what is the compassionate allowance list? The compassionate allowance list is our way of fast tracking help for people with the most severe health problems. If your condition is on the list, it is serious enough to qualify for disability benefits, and your application is moved to the front of the line. That is a big deal. You'll get moved to the front of the line if your condition is one of these 5. So one of these 15 that they're adding. And so here is the list. They've added 13 new. I don't want to mention these medical terms because I am probably not going to do a good job. But the bigger point I want to make is that these have been added, and they're saying, here's the most important part. With these conditions, there are now 300 conditions on the list. That means more people than ever can get help when they need without waiting months or even years for a decision. And yes, it does take years sometimes to get approved for Social Security disability. So the fact that they continue to add to this list is a good thing. And I think it's a positive thing in the right direction. So why does this matter? Well, waiting for disability benefits can be stressful, especially when you're dealing with a life-changing diagnosis. The Compassionate Allowance List initiative is designed to cut through the red tape for people who need help the most. Since the initiative started, over 1.1 million people have gotten benefits more quickly because their conditions were on the list. So that is a step in the right direction. So now it is saying that since the initiative started, they've approved 1.1 million people for disability benefits. And I think that's a positive thing. So why does it work? When you apply for disability benefits, they review your medical records to see if you qualify. If your condition is on the compassionate allowance list, they use technology to flag your application. Now when you say technology, you know it's AI. So there's an AI tool behind that is going to review your disability application. And if your condition is on the list, it's going to flag it and speed things up. In some cases, we can even get your medical records electronically. That is good and also scary, which makes the process even faster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you what the big list looks like, the list with the 300 conditions. I am going to share my screen and then show you what that looks like. So give me a second and go to the Social Security website, list of, so there's a whole section of the Social Security website. You can see it says compassionate allowance conditions. And they are not playing around when they say there's over 300 of them in there. It is a long list. I'm going to scroll through it so that you can see. It starts from A all the way to Z. And you can see like many conditions that I don't even know existed, but are important, and they've added it to the list. And so if your condition falls in one of these, then they fast track your application all the way to the front of the line so that you can get the disability help that you need and deserve. And so the next thing is, how does the disability application work? Well, there are 5 steps to applying for disability benefits, and I am going to walk you through that very quickly. Here again, we're going to go to another website from the Social Security Administration. 5 steps to making applying for disability easier. This is from June. So they're telling you that they are trying to make applications easier. So let's walk through it very quickly. So they're saying that, step 1, review, go to their website and see if you qualify for SSDI or SSI. SSDI, as I mentioned, is based on the worker's earnings. So I mentioned that earlier. And then SSI is based on, if you don't qualify, it's for adults and children with disabilities or blindness and people age 65 or older who have limited income and few resources. So let me make that important distinction. SSI is for children and adults with disabilities who do not have enough credit to qualify for SSDI, and it's also for adults age 65 or older who are receiving Social Security benefits and have low income, and SSI becomes kind of a top up income to help give them additional income if they qualify. If definition of disability is the same for both programs, adults must have a medical condition that prevents them from working, and is expected to last 1 year or result in death. That is the most important definition of disability when it comes to when it comes to social security application. The condition must prevent you from working, you know. So the condition that you have that you're trying to apply for disability for must be expected to last at least 1 year or result in death. Those are the two definitions of disability. And so once you meet that medical criteria, then you can move to the next step. Um, so now you can apply online through the My Social Security website, or make an appointment and go to a Social Security office and apply. They have a disability starter kit, which you can download. They have a checklist, they have a worksheet. So there's a lot of resources available to you to help you apply for disability benefits. And on the same website, they have a series of videos that you can watch that can walk you through the process. These short videos will walk you through the third-party disability application and the required forms. So now you go to step 5, which is actually applying for the benefits. So everything we've talked about before is just preparing your documentation, deciding if you need SSDI or SSI, and then going to the Social Security website and reviewing your Social Security statement to see what you qualify for, walking through the worksheet, the checklist, the starter kit, watching the videos that they've provided to guide you through the process, and then actually applying for benefits online or in person. So the next question is, when you apply for disability benefits, what happens? I'm going to show you some important distinctions that happen that a lot of people are not aware of, and it may surprise you. When you apply for disability benefits, it actually goes to your state. There's something called the State Disability Determination Services, and it generally takes about 6 to 8 months for them to make a decision. And so the state office for disability is actually reviewing your medical and making sure that you are medically eligible. So they will push your application down to the state level and they will review your application. And it takes about 8 months. People have had to wait a year and a half just to get that step done. And so why at the state level? Because they have decentralized to make things faster. And so it goes to the state, and your medical records and the hospitals and everything is happening in your state. So it is much easier and brings your case closer to where the action is, which is where you live. And when you need to make appointments to come in person, it's easier for you to do it at a state level. That's why when you apply, they transfer your file to the state office, and then you have to deal with them directly. Any questions they have, any interviews they have to do, any follow-ups they have to do, all happen at the state level. And then once they make the medical decision, because first they can make the financial decision whether you're financially eligible, and then they'll have to be making a decision about whether you're medically eligible. Once they figure that out, then you know you have a good chance of getting approved. So they say that once the determination is made, we will mail you a letter to let you know whether or not your application is approved or denied. If you don't agree with the decision, then you can appeal. And there's many appeal stages, all the way to a Social Security administrative judge if you feel like your appeal was not handled correctly. So the main point I want to make is that disability benefits are being made easier to apply. And if you are a senior that is considering that and you cannot wait till you turn 62 to apply for Social Security, applying for disability benefits is another way to get help. Now, if you are interested in digging deeper into some of these topics, you may want to consider joining our school group. We formed a membership group for seniors that's supposed to help you really get more information, more value, and get the benefits, discounts, and perks that you are eligible for that you may be missing out on. So I've been making this announcement for a couple of weeks now, and already we have over 150 people that have subscribed to our community. It's a community for seniors age 55 plus. And here is the deal. So we did this based on the fact that we realized that the videos we're providing here on YouTube, the videos we're sharing on TikTok, do not go deep enough and broad enough on all the topics that seniors want and need help with. And so, how do you unlock every dollar, every discount, and every advantage from Social Security, Medicare, disability, Medicaid benefits? Is by having somebody that is trusted that can guide you through this. So, we opened up this community, and already, as I said, 150 people have joined. And here are some of the perks that you get when you join our community. Number one, you get access to all our paid guides. If you go to our YouTube channel, we have many guides that we've created that are for sale. Well, if you're part of this community, you get access to all these guides right away for free. In addition, we are posting content about exclusive perks and discounts that are available to you that you may not be aware of. And question and answer session, you can ask me questions. I will do the research. I will answer you directly, personalized to you based on what you are asking. And a supportive community of friendly people that are on the same journey as you, that are trying to maximize their retirement. So it is really a no-brainer, because if you join right away, you get access to all the guides that, if we're selling those guides and you add them all up, it's several months of your monthly membership that you get right away. And then on top of that, all the guides that we've put out there have $2,500 in savings minimum that you get access to. And so I understand why a lot of people are now seeing the value of what we're building on school and have been joining. So if you want to check it out, go to school.com/benefits insider. And I'll put the link in the description to this video and in the comments, and see if it's for you. I think you are going to find a community of seniors that have found a place of belonging, a place where they can be seen, heard, most importantly, a place where they can get their questions answered, in a safe environment, and get the tools and resources to maximize their retirement. So check the comment section, check the description to this video, and see if our community is going to be of benefit to you.